Hello and welcome to Cull the Weak, the show where we decide what decks get cold and what decks we add to our collection. I'm Brobnar89 here again with Siaka. Good morning, Siaka.
Good morning. What's up?
Ready for another excellent game. This morning we have two decks returning. I will be piloting Ruinraven, spawn of Betunishona. It took victory last week in a exciting comeback. It will be going up against Extrodman, spawn of Acrofile. This is bound to be an interesting matchup. Extrodman is heavy on creature control. Ruinraven is more focused on generating amber and amber control, increasing key costs as well. Both decks have pretty decent efficiency. Siaka, what are you looking at in this matchup?
So these are the last two undefeated decks in the pool. You have pretty different approaches as you outlined. I notice a lot of the amber control in Ruinraven is based on the board. So I wonder if the creature control will be a good matchup against that. That said, Ruinraven seems to go a lot faster. And Extrodman's amber control, not very much. It does have a few ways to take you off a lot.
You mean Ruinraven will burst up faster?
So Ruinraven can burst up faster, and Extrodman has Effervescent, Principle, and Bring Low.
Right.
So if you go up to a huge number, it's not the end of the world. I don't have a way to delete the captured amber. So I think tempo plays will be pretty important. I don't think it'll be able to stall you that long.
Yeah, definitely lots of board control in Extrodman. As we've noted before, there's a board wipe in each house, which can be really devastating against the dinos with all that amber sitting on them.
Yeah, I hope so.
And I think it's also going to be important for me to be decisive about when I play my creatures. You know, there's a number of key cost control creatures in here. So if I can play it at the exact right moment to make you pay a lot for your keys before you can wipe my board, that could be decisive for me.
Yeah, I agree. That's interesting about this matchup. Like, Extrodman has a lot of quality cards. Like, if you just look at the list, it looks like the cards are better. And I think that's reflected in the base arc score of the deck.
Yep.
Ruinraven has a lot more synergy points, and I see much more of a theme when I look at Ruinraven's list. Like, Saurian can hold the amber down, Untamed has a big burst, Logos has efficiency. Extrodman, there's a lot of good cards in every house, but we'll have to see how well it works together.
Yeah, that's a good point. In the last game with Ruinraven, you ended up discarding the auto encoder because you were worried about, I believe it was Borrow. In this matchup, there is no artifact steal, but you do have Reclaimed by Nature, which will be able to get rid of the auto encoder.
Yeah, but you have 5 artifacts. So the Borrow was much more dangerous because if I started using the auto encoder or something, that could be devastating. But if you get a few turns of value and it gets purged, then it still protects your Imperial Road and all that stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, any other comments, or you want to head into the game?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Sounds good.
I'll go first. Okay. You think going first or second is better?
I think it kind of depends on the deck, but generally I prefer to go first because it gives you more flexibility to mulligan.
Yeah, I agree. I think it depends a lot on the deck, and I remember the old Crucible Tracker used to tell you percentages if you go in first or second, and sometimes I was pretty surprised. Like, I had some decks that almost never lose if they went second, but if it went first, it was like, I don't know, 60% win rate. I mean, this was like one of my top decks.
That's very interesting. Huh.
Okay. So I'm going first in this game. This hand is okay. I don't have a reason to send it back.
I'm not sure if I mulligan for the autoencoder here. I think...
Going second, it's risky.
Yeah.
But if you get it, that's so big.
Especially because I have like a decent hand right now. So I think I keep it.
Yeah.
Also,
remember what happened to me 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, exactly.
2 resurgences.
Yeah, that's not what you want. Also, there's a decent chance that you will draw Reclaimed by Nature pretty early, and then it was totally pointless.
So I had a first turn play in mind. Now I don't really know if I want to do it. I guess it's going to depend a lot on what you do. Oh boy, whatever. I'll just go for it.
Go for it. That's interesting.
Yeah, I do like this card a lot, but you don't have a board, and I'll be surprised if this gets me a single amber from its effect.
Right. Well, I was going to hope that you played a creature. This was kind of far-fetched, but I was going to hope you played a creature, and then I was going to put it in your archive with Mind Over Matter. But seeing as how that has a draw effect on it, I don't want to do that.
Ah, interesting. Okay, that mutagenic serum set up a big turn last time. So
Yeah.
you gotta watch out for that.
Probably not too much of a threat right now, because it's still so early in the game. There's not a lot of creatures out.
Yep. So I said I gotta agree with myself in the past. I just gotta go for tempo here, because I know Ruinraven can go very fast. So I was thinking, I have Rapid Evolution. I was thinking of boosting the Amber Spine Mongrel, but I think I'll actually boost the Cephaloist, because it can turn off your Strixes.
Yeah.
And then I'll just put down Gloriana.
Well, I better get Strix out now before you get to 4 Amber. Faust will come down. Another early Dinos. It's what rolled out last time this deck was played by you. I will not exalt because you're not anywhere close to check right now. Put down the Imperial Road. Put down the Monument to Ludo. I'm happy with having all these artifacts out early that aren't autoencoder, and hopefully tempting you to use your Reclaimed by Nature if you have it.
Alright, I just gotta keep going. Untamed. So I'll whack the Strix. Go to 4.
Okay.
So this Lumulu is gonna get me 1. So it's a souped up Dew Fairy.
Right.
I mean, this is 5 amber per turn. That's pretty good.
And I don't know what else you have in your hand. Do you have another beast that you could throw down? I'm not sure if there's any other beasts in the deck. So I'm also gonna go Untamed here. So I'm gonna start with the Savage Clash. Get rid of everything except for your Cephalist.
Yep. My prediction was right about the Amber Spine Mongrel.
It was. It did nothing.
it did nothing. It's a great card, though.
Get my own Mongrel down.
Oh.
Fandangle as well. And then Imperial Road to get this other Faust out. Do I want to exalt something? You're at 4 right now. I mean, I have the Monument to Ludo out, which makes me feel a little bit safer. But you have so much removal, there's like a pretty decent chance that you have a board wipe. And if you do, you're almost certainly going to use it, because I have a bigger board than you right now. So I think I don't exalt anything. I just hope that I get a chance to go dinos and get some amber out in case you don't wipe my board.
Yeah, so you'd have to get an amber on a creature with a capture icon or Shrix.
Right.
I actually don't recall if you had capture icons, but
There aren't any in this deck.
okay. Yeah. Anyway, you're right. I do have a board wipe. It's the perfect time to use it.
Of course you do.
All right. So bye Cephaloist. Then I'm gonna purge the Ghost Hawk, and let's just play this Equalize, which will air the game out, and go to check.
Yeah, that was definitely the right call. I'm happy with that choice. Okay. So I'm gonna go Logos. I don't think I can stop you unless I get lucky with the Q-Max pull here. Do I want to kill my own Q-Max or not? I have a damage pip in hand on the opposition research, which seems to have enhanced itself. Do I want to kill my own Q-Max so that I can draw more Logos later? Seeing as how I have played only 2 Logos cards, it kind of makes sense. Because it gives me the chance to have a bigger Logos pull later. Of course, I didn't pull Logos this time. That's okay. Vision Bloom comes down. And then I can use the Imperial Road to put out a Ludo, which is really not ideal, but that's okay.
Yeah, I wish you showed up earlier.
Right.
Oh, well, then actually it would have been deleted, so maybe not.
I actually would have been better off not having played the Faust on the last turn. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Because then I could have stopped you here.
Like Imperial Road, sometimes you don't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a card I'm not too familiar with. It's a very interesting card. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just drawing hot right now. Got 5 Logos cards.
Ooh.
And I'm noticing that a lot of the enhancements are ending up in Logos, so this will be a good burst turn. Not too crazy numbers. So yeah, definitely Logos. So I'll Effervescent with the capture. So if I played the creature, it would have only deleted 1.
Right.
So it makes no sense.
Yeah, that unfortunate capture icon on the Effervescent Principle, not great.
Alright, Eclectic Inquiry. Lethologica.
That double Amber Pip Lethological and Eclectic Inquiry is just
really,
wild.
Really good.
Crazy good. That's some Infernus food if I've ever seen any.
Yeah, actually in our pods we don't. Divelim might have Infernus.
I don't think so. I don't think there's any.
I don't think it does though. Yeah. So I have Krazap in my hand. One chain to kill Ludo, especially if the Shrix is already dead.
Yeah.
So there's like 1 more. And both Faust died.
It's a stunned Ludo too, so it's really like
it's not worth it. Because I just need to. If I can forge a second key before you forge the first, I'm going to feel pretty good. Because even if the Dark Harbinger comes up, I could still just run away with it. My Effervescent is gone.
Right.
So, and I don't think I'm going to get back to it with 15 cards left in the deck.
Yeah. I think that's the right call. Okay. Disappointing that you played 2 creatures. I'm going Saurian. I feel like I need to play this Beware the Einds.
Oh, to hit your own guy.
Yeah, unfortunately I have to hit my own Ludo, but it's kind of okay. I need Amber right now. Like I need to get to check.
I think Saurian is just over. Like, yeah, you've played 8 Saurian cards.
And here come the rest of them.
Well, if you played one of them, and then you could fire the Ides, right?
Oh, I could have done... You're right. I could have done that. Oops.
Well, this is live, kind of. we can edit that out.
I mean, that's Keyforge.
Yeah.
Gotta be paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're
Everything through.
gonna go to Saurian again, so.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, spoils of battle. Okay.
Spoils of battle, capturing all of that. Amber for me.
That's pretty significant.
I also have city, state, interstate that's unfortunately getting discarded. And then we'll say, we'll pretend this is why I killed my own Ludo. So that now I can remove 2 from Shrix.
Okay, yeah, that's a big brain play.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose my 1 amber, and like, that was it.
That's right. Yeah, so unfortunately still not getting to check here, but I am in a pretty decent position now. I've only got 1 dino left in the draw or hand, so...
Yeah, like I see, okay, there are 4 Saurian cards on the board, and then there are 7 in the discard, so... Yeah, Saurian's basically over. You can call it to get a stop in an emergency.
Right. Yeah, and with the Imperial Road, it's going to be very easy for me to drop the 1 more creature that I've got without having to go into Saurian.
Yeah, this is bad.
I mean, if I was in check right now, I would feel a lot better.
Yeah. Oof. Oh, and you can still use the Strix off the mutagenic serum. Okay, I think...
Oh, you know what? I should have removed the amber from Ludo so that the amber from Strix could be destroyed and you wouldn't be able to get the amber back. That was silly.
Yeah, some of the Saurian capturing can be tricky to get the ordering right. But yeah, it's good for me you got the spoils in the city-state together. I chuckled because that happened to me in the last game.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to do Logos. Fission Bloom. Another Smoko. All right. Time for the decision. I think I can get this Ludo Amber later. Like, because calling Saurian's so bad that you're not going to be using the monument for a while, I would guess.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so let me just take care of Strix now. Draw a card.
That's probably smart because now I can't pop the mutagenic serum.
Yeah, which would have made a Dark Harbinger even more ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Then fight or reap. I'm gonna fight. Okay. Okay, so this is interesting. Archive the Archivist.
Hey!
Is it face up?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
See it.
All right. Some real hacks there.
That is, we said in the intro when we introduced this deck, we said that it was going to be pretty unusual to get the Archivist actually into the archive, and that was the random chance that got it in there for you. So.
Yep, that's totally what I was going for, right? I think the only way to intentionally do it is the sloppy lab work, which I haven't seen. So
I mean, it's great that you have it, but even now that you have it in there, it's like there's not that many more ways to archive things in that deck, so it's not that consequential.
Yeah, I already did the Eclectic. I do have another research. I'm really glad I fought, because if I drew the Archivist, that would be quite poor.
Well, it's not exactly what I want to do, but I need to go untamed here because I really need to get to check, and Logos isn't going to do it right now. So get the Harbinger out.
Ooh, there he is.
Yep. Cephalist. We're going to make the Cephalist an elusive with the mutation of Cunning. Ready the Harbinger, reap with the Harbinger, put out the Gloriana's Attendant. And finally in check.
So I was thinking, like, maybe you could have used the mutagenic there, but it'll get you 1 amber. Now if you use it on off Untamed, you can get 3. So that's the...
It wouldn't have done anything for me there because Ludo's not immune.
Right, but you could have mutated him for 1.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But it's
it's
more of a threat now because it's like you could get 3 off of that.
Yes, that's right.
But the other way to deal with it is to just ice these guys.
That would also take care of that problem, yes.
Yep. Okay. I've got the bring low, so I can't get a stop it another way. So let me get that going. Alright. Book of Malefaction. Yeah. Otherwise I could only take you off 1 amber.
I'm glad to see the book after my steel has already cycled through.
Mm-hmm. So we'll do general. So I could go for amber, like fight and then do a cleansing wave, or I could just get rid of the threat. I think Dark Harbinger is just too much of a threat, so I will sacrifice some amber just to make it be gone. Like otherwise I would fight with the Quixo and then with the smite that I just played and then get 3. But this guy just needs to go. Oh, actually I'm going to get 3 anyway because Alphador got damaged. Okay, great. And then Bring Low brings me to Key. Nice.
I think I have to stop you from forging.
Yeah, as far as tempo goes, like about to get 2nd Key, and I think that's how Extrodman gets it. No way to deal with burst. Other than the EP, which is already gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and the Bring Low, which is also gone.
So I think I go Logos. And I play my Effervescent Principle. I'm gonna activate the Fission Bloom so I can get 2 amber off this Lethological.
Nice.
That drew me the other QMEX, so always want to play Lethological before QMEX so you get another shot at getting another Logos card, which I did. Got the Munchling as well, so let's see what this other QMEX gets me.
Yeah, now that the Saurian's gone, you're much more likely to draw in-house with the QMEX.
I did not get the last Logos card in the deck, but that's okay. Finally get the auto-encoder out. Just the bottom of my deck is not what I want it.
No.
Do I play this group Think Tank or do I discard it for the archive? I don't think it's going to do me a whole lot of good, honestly. I think I need to find more answers, find more amber control. So I need to go for efficiency here. Imperial Road. It's going to get this out of my hand. I think this is probably the time to use the Mutagenic Serum. It goes back into my discard so that I can draw it again later. And then I can reap and get myself a pass check here, which I need to forge a key. getting desperate here.
That is the name of the game.
Yeah, that is literally. Alright, I think that is all.
So I've actually run out of gas a little bit. I have 5 Untamed cards in my hand. They don't do much other than clear the board, which I think needs to happen.
Great.
I will lose my Gorvanol, that's sad. Who's your strongest creature?
It's Ludo or the Octavia.
Octavia. Well, yeah, it's got to be Untamed. I mean, you're already on key. So nothing's going to be done about that. So.
Yeah.
Okay, Song of the Wild does nothing. Reclaim by Nature.
Oh, good.
Could hit the autoencoder. I don't know. I kind of just want to race. So maybe I'll hit the Imperial Road.
Get the amber.
Yeah. Alright, so let's do the Savage Clash. I certainly want to do that. Capture onto the creature who's going to live. And we'll keep this stunned Octavia.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Any interrupts to Lieutenant Gorvin, I'll leave in play.
Q-Max, maybe.
Interacts with Q-Max, yeah. I think it'd be nice if it could tell, like, when ordering is relevant or not, but that's probably very complicated.
Right.
Okay, play Flumph with an Amber. It takes me to check.
Oh, yeah.
So I could play Fangtooth Cavern, which will hit my Smoko, which is bad. I could play it and then purge it. But I would rather purge one of your cards. So I end up losing out on one Amber.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not that worried about these artifacts anymore.
Hmm.
I think I'm just gonna go for the high Amber play.
Well, I finally get a key. That's good. You have...
And yeah, the Effervescence gone.
Yes. Your Effervescence is gone. And so... Oh, my Effervescence gone. Yeah, unfortunately. This is really unfortunate. I think this is what I need to do, though. Going Untamed. Gonna take the Archive, because I really need the Lost in the Woods here.
Oh yeah, that's gonna clog up my deck.
Yeah, and gets me the 2 Amber back.
Mm-hmm.
And I have Vault's Blessing, and I don't want to give you even more Amber.
Oh right.
So that puts me up to check.
Ugh, and I have to pay 8.
And you have to pay 8 now.
Yikes.
Which is good news for me. Clogged my hands with the 2 Q-Mechs I had to pull from the archive, but I think it's worth it.
Okay, you flip deck now. And you already have 6 cards in the discard? When did that? Your deck is fast.
It is, and that was without the autoencoder like most of the game.
Yeah.
I wonder if I shouldn't have just discarded the Key Frog. Probably not going to be relevant.
Oh yeah, let's get it back. Alright, let's do Sanctum. Font of the Eye, that might be very important. Alright, Zealot. Okay, just take out the Key Frog. Why is he...
You're going to forge a key for me.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's like, why did it freeze? Okay. Whatever, you were going to forge that.
Right.
Yeah, I actually
wasn't
thinking at all.
But I mean, it's not a bad play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you don't have a stop anyways, it's like,
yeah.
Now I definitely can't use it to close the game.
Yeah, that was the right decision, but for the wrong reasons. Because I was thinking like, yeah, I'll close out the game, and then it froze. I was like, wait, oh. Okay, not a blunder if no one got hurt. Oh, I meant to activate that.
Oh yeah, that should have.
Yeah.
Oh, did you click done by accident?
Yeah, my bad.
That's fine.
All right, let's try this again. There we go. All right, thanks for that.
Yeah, of course. I guess I'm gonna go logos here. Activate the Fission Bloom, so I can get a bonus amber off this Master the Theory.
Uh-oh. It's getting tight.
I can archive 1 card. So I'm going to do that. Q-Mex. Another Q-Mex. Ooh. Got me Lethological. Huh.
That's pretty interesting.
Well, I do not want to play Mind Over Matter, but I now have my autoencoder, so I'm very happy to discard it. Discard this Group Think Tank as well. And then Imperial Road to put down Shrix. Get that steal. almost getting to check. Not quite. I did activate your book, but I think it's worth it.
That Pismire really hurt.
Yeah, that took some steam out of you there.
Yeah. Alright, let's do Logos. I'll leave the Archivist in there. He's not doing anything for me. Alright, Dark Amber Vault. Torado. Smoko. Drew a card that I don't really want to use. Well, maybe I do. Alright, well, Fission Bloom. Archive and discard. Alright, so you did just call Logos. So hopefully it won't go into it again, but I don't know. So I think based on that, I'm just going to ditch the Krizap. Alright, then I will purge the Shrix, which doesn't let me use the Font of the Eye, unfortunately.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And alright, let's just see if I draw something good.
So, because you're not in check, this is odd, but I think the right play is going to actually be Logos, because I can burst here. I do not want my archives. Fission Bloom, Mutagenic Serum gets me 2. Reap. Imperial Road. I think I put out the Ludo. I kind of wish I hadn't put the Shrix last turn because I realized that he came in stunned, which and gave you the ability to purge. So it's like maybe it wasn't the right call, but that's okay.
Okay, well, I've got a coin toss about whether I win or lose. Or sorry, whether I lose or maybe win.
Or continue the game.
Yeah. Alright, so the story is I have 2 Logos left in deck, and one is EP. And they do have Lethologica. So some probability theory.
I was wondering about your chances of having Effervescent Principle.
Yeah, it's absolutely necessary. It's my only stop. Alright, so Logos.
That's why I decided to burst right now, because I figured at best it was probably not going to be great for you to go back into Logos.
So I'm going to Reap first because the Torado gets me draws, and I think that improves my odds. Because fighting and Font of the Eye is not going to cut it anymore. So Smoko's a mutant. Awesome. Okay, wrong. Wrong again. So playing the Eclectic Inquiry won't really help. Oof. Okay, here we go. And actually, if I get the Smoko, that's the other card. Smoko or Principal. If I get the Smoko, I get one more draw off the Dark Amber Vault.
Oh, yeah, right.
Alright, here we go. Ooh, I didn't get it.
Ooh.
And I didn't really discard other cards, so the chance of me drawing it off the Smoko is very low.
Uh-oh.
Let's try it. Nope. Ouch! Well, that was unlucky. Didn't even archive it either.
So it's one of those bottom 9 cards you have there.
Dang. Alright, you got it.
Wow.
Good game.
Ruinraven is the comeback kid here for sure.
Yeah.
Both games it's been in, it really came back from behind.
Yeah, the burst is just crazy. The Fission Bloom, I think you used it like 3 times.
Yeah.
So that was 3 more Amber that you shouldn't have had.
I'm wondering what it is about, if that's just like happenstance, or if there's like, maybe this deck wants to kind of set up its artifacts, get its machine going to really make things happen. It seems like maybe it's kind of a slow starter.
Yep.
The efficiency helped a lot here. I think the Imperial Road is a lot better than I've given it credit for in the past.
Right.
Because there's a good number of Saurian creatures in here. There's 7. So, especially once I'd gone through almost all of the Saurians, knowing that I would just be able to play it out on any given turn, I didn't have to clog my hand up, chain myself for the rest of the game. That was great.
And especially when your Saurian creatures, I think pretty much all of them, except for Octavia, can actually do something when you play them.
Right.
So them being stunned isn't that big of a deal, particularly when you drew a lot of Saurian early.
Right.
Thinking of Imperial Road from an efficiency standpoint is really interesting. I should take a closer look at that card. But yeah, you're right that the number of creatures actually matters a lot, because if you don't have that many Saurian creatures, it's not that good.
It's not as good, yeah.
Yeah, I think these artifacts were really big, and you activated the serum at the right time, because that's what I was going to purge with the reclaimed, like literally that turn.
Right.
And then you used it. It's like, oh, well, I got to do something else with this. And I mean, it could have gone for the autoencoder, but I figured I just needed amber before something like what happened. You just got a lot of amber, and I couldn't answer it.
Yeah.
And I guess the autoencoder facilitated that, but I was just hoping, like, okay, I get to a high number and then just win. But,
right.
Yeah, it didn't quite work out.
That was probably the right call. I don't think the autoencoder ended up being that relevant in the position you were in. You were just trying to like get that burst up and finish things off there. So
yeah, and leaving the Fangtooth alive would have been a problem. My Smoko had amber on it, and the Tirado actually was helpful for that last game Hail Mary, which didn't work, but it actually had a pretty good chance of working. Like draw 2 cards and Lethalogica with 2 Logos cards in deck. So, that's like slightly above 50% chance of working.
Do you think you had a better chance there if you'd played Lethalogica first and then reaped with your mutants? Because you would have gotten rid of the non-Logos cards.
I would have discarded more cards.
And then I think that because that will lower the number of cards that are not Effervescent Principle remaining in your deck.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I needed to discard everything else. Yeah, so I don't know if anyone watching this is like, no, do it the other way. Yeah, no, you're totally right, because I reduced the number of misses by playing the Lethalogica.
Well, I don't think it mattered because you played the Eclectic Inquiry after. So
yeah, just to see what would happen.
Right.
And, yeah, it archived the wrong cards. So
I
in
don't
this case
think
it would have
actually mattered, but yeah.
Yeah, but mathematically that's certainly correct. So
Right.
I think it's just a pattern to recognize. And yeah, I mean, I guess I could have thought about it some more, which would be better. But that's the point of getting repetitions with your deck. 'Cause like stuff like that happens, and you can sit and reason through everything.
Right.
So wild wormhole and library access, do you draw first or not?
Ooh.
I think I thought about it and decided that it didn't matter.
Probably it doesn't matter because it doesn't have the same thing where you're searching for the Logos card like Lethalogical, and there's
Right.
like an equally good chance of the next card being Logos or not Logos.
Yeah, regardless of what's left in deck, like by the time you decide to do one thing, it doesn't really affect the chance of the other. Right. Like the deck is randomized, the cards are randomized independently. Yeah. And then what about Igor and Tauto Vapors? Which one do you play first?
Ooh, interesting.
I think it's Igor because you have choices to archive like a potentially really impactful card.
I see what you're saying. You're giving yourself more options of what to archive if you do the Igor first.
Yeah, I think Igor first just sounds better. But if anyone in the comments has an opinion on this, we'd love to hear it.
We're getting very, very lost in the woods, you might say. Any more thoughts about the game before we wrap this up here?
Basically, I guess what I said came true, although in a different way. Like I thought if you used Faust to make me forge for a higher number, it would be very bad. Instead, it was Pismire, and
right.
that pretty much came to be. Ruinraven can just keep putting Amber down every turn, and Extrodman has some big stops.
Yeah.
And so it has some big turns and not big turns. That's kind of what happens when your deck has a lot of good cards. Like, okay, you play the good cards and things kind of happen. Well, whereas when you have a lot of synergies, you have more and more effective turns as the game goes on because your artifacts are working together and your board is working together.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You burst up in the beginning, you were doing really well, you pulled ahead, but I slowly kind of just ground it out, played through, and really, like, it came together over time. This is definitely a deck that you want to keep pushing through. It's definitely possible, like, for a big comeback to come your way.
Yeah, I mean, I think, not to be cliched, like, it's a game of inches.
Right. Yes, definitely. All right, well, another good game in the books. We will have the 2 other decks playing next week, is that correct?
Yep, next week we will have Dive Limb Back versus Extrodman.
That'll be an interesting matchup.
Mm-hmm.
So come back to check that out. Thank you, for the great game.
Yeah, I had fun.
I've been Brobnar89, and we will see you next time on Cull the Weak.